Welcome back to the F124 driver career. We're in Spain today, where thankfully it is not raining outside of practice. Full dry qualifying session, full dry race, 102 difficulty, and we're hoping to fare slightly better than we did in Canada. We tried something desperate with strategy in Canada. It could have worked out if I hadn't run into the back of Lance Stroll, which is normally Lance Stroll's thing. P15 in Monaco, P14 in Canada, P12 in Imola, after, of course, we tweaked the difficulty to, and in fact have ever raised it since China. Where we come in Spain, Austria and Great Britain, however, remains to be seen. Is a triple header in real life, which begins this coming weekend, but we'll probably have all three races between now and then. No, probably two. Spain and Austria, and then a Creator Series race from, or Creator Series video from Friday's F2 round of the championship, I hope. Anyway, I haven't been able to bring to you any F2 recently since the opening weekend. One, because it was rubbish, nothing happened, and two, the next one I didn't take part in. So I'm ready to go. Ready and raring to go, should I say, for F2 on Friday, where we're actually at Spain. But today we're in F1 at Spain, and fingers crossed we can maybe put some points on the board. We're getting close to needing to use some fresh parts, but probably save those for Austria and for Great Britain, where obviously they are power tracks, whereas Spain is a bit more technical a track. So we'll rely more on the aero here, whereas in Austria and Silverstone we'll rely very much so on the pure grunt of the engine. I'll see you after practice, after you've dropped the video a like, you've subscribed to the channel, and come and join me on stream. Shut up, Mark. Gimme those resource points. Thank you very much. 300 still. Takes us up to 494, which actually isn't enough to do anything to the car at this particular moment in time, but our rating is a tiny little bit higher than it was previously. We maxed out everything we could possibly do in qualifying. So in practice, hopefully we max out everything we could possibly do in qualifying. That's how you're supposed to go racing. I'm going to put the fresher parts in for this one. Fully dry for quali and the race. The practice program in practice said that I would qualify 15th, which is where we started in Canada. I'd probably take 15th. Traditionally, in the F1 games, the AI are very strong in Spain. So expecting something similar again here. But who knows what we can do on strategy here. It's probably going to be a medium-hard one-stop. But there might be some nuance thrown in with safety cars, etc. Much of a muchness. Yeah, that's probably the right way to play this.
30 seconds left in the session.
Struggling to improve here. The track conditions have changed slightly. Put 2 laps in that are practically identical, apart from I had a better final corner, which just gets me through to the next session. I dropped to P17 after my first run, whilst everyone was improving during that run, but as the last man across the line to get the best of the track conditions, and thankfully with a better final corner, we do improve by a 10th, which is enough to see us through. I previously was not up at all and was basically on the bubble of improving or not improving. Even with one corner to go, it was basically 0.005 slower than my previous lap. In the end, I needed that extra 10th because by 3.5 or 4 hundredths of a second, I am through. Plus 0.817 for me, plus 0.856 for Albon, 916 for K-Mag, who is basically an exact 10th slower than me. We squeak through, but as you can see, plus 0.817 there for me, plus 0.682 for Ocon. You can't quite see because the SRC logo is in the way. I did a 13.751, Ocon did a 13.616. Effectively, I'm probably going to be 15th. There we go. Careful there on the grass. Lando goes P1. Lap is not very good. Rephrase, that one corner wasn't very good. And as a result, going to be significantly down, I think. So through or out of turn 4, I ran wide, cost myself probably 2 or 3 tenths, maybe slightly more. And it's 14th, which is better than 15th. But could I have been any higher? If we go on the upper end of that potential loss of time there, would 3 tenths have found me much higher? I might have stood a chance of being 11th or 12th. Shock though, George didn't go out for a second run, and by doing so has cost himself progression. Yuki in ERB is through in P9 into Q3. Well done, Yuki. GG's on that front. 2 Spaniards 6th and 8th for Carlos and Fernando respectively. We will start 14th unless of course other people have penalties.
Look at us.
A, has anyone got any penalties? B, are we going to see Max Verstappen back on the front row of the grid after retiring in the last Grand Prix? He's putting himself bang on top to start the next one. Piastri not far behind with his qualifying time though. Both McLaren and Red Bull, the 2 fastest cars for sure. Leclerc and Sainz. Russell we know is out. Tsunoda's P10, no real surprise from that. And Russell starts 11th, so I imagine I will start 14th, which indeed I do. Don't believe then that anyone's gotten any penalties at this point, although Sargent being 18th is a surprise, although perhaps not because the Sauber is a bit of a shitter in terms of the quality of that car this season in this save and maybe real life as well.
We can improve on that today.
It reckons it's a 2-stop. What's a 1-stop like? Don't suppose there's much difference between it. No, there's really not much difference between a 1-stop and a 2-stop at all. So I wonder if we 1 or 2. It's basically open, really, isn't it? We do expect to have to save some fuel, though. However, if I'm going slightly slower on a hard tyre, that would help with saving fuel. Reckons I would need 110.8 kilos, and you can only have a maximum of 110 kilos in the car at any given time. This is a tough one. I'm going to have to discuss with live chat and then come back to you. You'll find out what strategy I'm running when we're actually in the race. 2 stops would help with saving fuel with the newer tyres pulling me around. We'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I'll go and see you in the race.
Superb parking
0.4 will do. Slightly concerned about the amount of soft runners around me. By slightly, I mean very concerned by the amount of soft runners around me, who will be lightning fast in these opening stages. Like that. That's 2 past me already on that softer compound. I've got room to move to the left, have the outside line here, which I will take. Ooh, Gasly nearly caused a massive accident. George Russell down to P14 already. We are 2 by 2 by 2 here, like Noah's Ark around the turn 3 here at Catalonia, but Magnussen has the pace and the tyres to do that. If we can keep up with some of the soft runners in this early stint, then when we're on our softs later, that will really pay dividends. I feel like it's a bit of a waste to run the soft tyre in the early stages here, when later they will be so much better. No. That was a very late, poor decision. Thought better of it in the end. Should have thought better of it in the first place. These soft-tide runners are quick, aren't they? Bloody hell. I have to use a lot of battery here. Ooh, that's not gone well. We've run very wide there, and now we're going to be last. It's alright, don't panic. Note to self, heavy car, don't like final turn full throttle. Oh, that's gone well, it's fine. We are, with our strategy, playing a very, very long game today. And whilst they still can concertina up in these early stages, they're not making the most of their soft tyres. Whereas we will be able to fully maximise the soft stint later in the race. DRS is now a thing as well, as we're a lap in. So we'll have it here. And their soft tyres are going to go off very, very quickly in a fully laden car as well. So the tyres will come back to us quite quickly, I think, in this first stint. Our tyre wear was about right for the strategy, give or take 3% perhaps. I will lift and coast, but I can't afford to lift and coast at the minute. I need all the pace I can get. Lifting and coasting is better utilised when you're in the DRS of someone else. If I just lift and coast at the minute, I'm just purposefully making myself fall further behind. So the plan is to, when they all pit on their soft tyres, to lift and coast behind whoever it is that I'm around at the opportune moment when they come out again. And then to do that again, if we need to, for my final stint on the softs, although I would like to try and maximise the softs. A safety car would be lovely. I don't think a safety car is going to happen. At the minute I need to save basically a full lap's worth of fuel, so that's going to go well, isn't it? Max Verstappen has disappeared out front. It's been a very lonely first stint. Even though I made the mistake to put myself down to P20, I get the feeling we probably would have been here by this point anyway, with the speed of those on those softs.
We've got more than
So I'm not
50 laps of fuel remaining.
too bothered today. Yeah, I know we've got more than 50 laps of fuel remaining, Mark. Well, I need 52 laps of fuel, mate. So how about you set your face? Bottas and Sargent have been fighting, and we have been slowly reeling them back in. And I think the gap to Zhou and Albon has been stabilised about 8 to 8.5 seconds, although I might be wrong. But they've all been, as is the case with the AI at the moment, DRS trained away from me here. Basically, everybody's going at the pace of the Mercedes and the Ferrari because they're in a DRS train. And if you're not in that DRS train, well, screw you. And I'm not in that DRS train, so screw me, apparently. So, as we start lap 16, the gaps around us are coming down.
There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
I think Mercedes has made a mistake somewhere. George Russell is still very much back in that pack and falling away from the group in front, which includes an RB and an Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. So I'd be curious to know what's happened to George Russell at some point in this Grand Prix, because he's losing time at present. It's been a slow burner, I think, is probably the phrase. You've probably not seen much by this point. At least it makes Chris, the editor's job, very easy. To this point, anyway. There might be absolute chaos further ahead, who knows. But the gaps in front, we thought had stabilised about 8 to 8.5, and they're now down to about 6 to 6.5. So we are gaining, as now the tyre wear starts to come back in our favour with the mediums. We shall wait and see how the remainder of the stint transpires, because we're wanting to go to lap 23 on this set. and I have a considerable amount of fuel I have to save. We are 0.94 of a lap over, or under, should I say more accurately, on fuel. So I need to save a full lap's worth of fuel, or get lapped and still end up probably having to save about half a lap's worth of fuel. So Max Verstappen, speed up please, pal. But he's slowing down at the minute because he's gallivanted away on softs, whilst everyone else, or the majority of everyone else in the top 10, was on mediums, similar to me, effectively. Was hoping to hold on to the handful in front. We were not able to do so. Never mind. Continue to do what we can. Reel them back in slowly. Hopefully earn a bit of fuel back. And then see where we are at the end of that. Okay, we've got a couple in the pits. Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton have taken off their soft tyres and whacked on a set of mediums. They are the first two to pull the trigger. I envisage a number more on lap 18 doing the same. So this is where hopefully we'll be able to save a bit of fuel as they come past and glide in the DRS, because we're now nearly a full lap over on fuel.
Okay, gap ahead.
As we're a third of the way through the race. Less than. So yikes at the moment for fuel. Kevin's in the box.
Kevin's in the pits.
As is Logan Sargent right now. I'm in DRS range of Valtteri Bottas, so I'm going to lift and coast at the end of the straight. Try and save some fuel here. How much can we save in the DRS? That's the question. Over the course of a couple of laps, can we bring that significantly down? I wanted to save some more fuel behind him, but he's in, as is Sergio Perez, who it looks like has gone soft, maybe, Sergio Perez. He has. Soft for the Red Bull. Another strategy. Some going soft, medium. I'm going medium, soft. And Sergio Perez is going soft, something. Maybe soft, medium? Soft, hard? He might be able to do a soft, medium. Who knows, he could stretch the middle stint. I'm going to let Checo go here to get DRS.
Okay, so the car ahead's come in and fitted the soft tyre.
And we can burn it down the straight and save some fuel. Loads in the box now. Loads in the box. Hello. I was trying to save some fuel behind Sergio Perez. Perez was going so slowly that Carlos Sainz decided to come and overtake us instead. Hello, Carlos. Where the balls did you come from? I didn't even know he was there. Peeling into the box. Nice to attack the pit lane in Spain without fear of getting hit with a hidden bump. And we're in. Shame we can't run in lean in the pit lane. We've saved about 0.2 to 0.3's worth of fuel in just 4 or 5 laps there, so I have faith that we can save the fuel we need to.
Okay, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate.
It's a case
like
of
a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. All right,
whether we can do enough of that.
One stop left in this strategy.
Next stop will be about lap 47, I want to say, at a guess. Yes, 47. Oh, someone's gone wide. Esteban Ocon is out.
Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
Oh, it's just a mechanical failure. He's not crashed or anything. Obviously! Lean. Save the fuel. Thank you, Esteban. He's pulled off the track just there on the left-hand side. Save all the fuel you possibly can. It's not going down much, is it? Down! Go down, fuel! Oh my god, please. Go down! How is it not going down by more than that? Come on!
And that's 41 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, mate, I need a full safety car then if we're to save the fuel we need. Believe it. Still coming down, but not very quickly. It's a long VSC. Really long VSC. Have they gotten rid of that car yet? Keep an eye on Delta as well. VSC
okay,
ending,
VSC
there you go.
Ending, we're going green. Maintain positive Delta until the green flags.
Really wasn't able to save much fuel during that at all. Only 0.2.5. Not being in anyone's DRS has killed this race though, hasn't it? Really. If we had started on the softs, like everyone else, or more to the point, because I don't think I would have wanted to start on the softs. If everyone else had started on the mediums, I think we'd have had some pace around here. We clearly had some pace because we qualified 14th. And I made a mistake on that qualifying lap. So there's definitely pace in the car to finish significantly higher than where we are right now. Just unfortunate passage of events that has led us to being last for almost the whole race. A well-timed safety car, full safety car, would be a godsend. Ladies and gentlemen, not sure how much of this race you've seen so far, but welcome to lap 38. We have DRS on Logan Sargent. Just want to say thank you to Danny for some bits. Probably a dad joke in there. Oh, there's actually not a dad joke from Danny. Unbelievable, Jeff. We are pitting in about 8 laps time, trying to save some fuel here so that we can properly gun it on the soft tyres when we put them on. Some are soft mediuming, some are medium harding, some are medium softing. There are a multitude of different strategies at play here in Spain at the minute. We still find ourselves running, for lack of a better term, dead last. But in previous games, the EAI have been strong at Spain compared to other circuits. So I'm not too disheartened by the fact that our pace is seemingly where it is at the minute. Obviously, in quali, we put it P14, so there's pace in the car at this track. I think it's just that I wasn't in a DRS train at the beginning of the race purely because we made the wrong strategical decision. Everyone around us on softs, ourselves on the mediums, just didn't work out for us. I don't think at this stage, unless we are lightning fast on our softs at the end of the race and they're able to reel in a couple of other drivers. Logan Sargent's not necessarily the one I really want to be sat behind trying to save fuel on, really, because his pace isn't very good. Gasly at the minute is in the box, but Gasly's coming out of the box. If I can sit behind Pierre Gasly for a bit, if I can get close enough to him, then that would be lovely.
Laps of fuel remaining.
I'll try, but I do still need to save a little bit of fuel. I don't think we're going to get lapped. Max is within or close to within a pit stop's distance of us, but we'll be going to softs for our final stint and he'll be going to mediums, so I don't think we'll get lapped. So I am going to have to save a decent amount more fuel.
Coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres.
And Gasly's going to be too quick for me, so I am going to have to continue to save some fuel. We're way faster than Logan Sargent. Way faster than Logan Sargent. We might have the opportunity to save some more fuel behind some other runners when they pit again. Like Gasly. Provided we get a little bit closer to them. We'll just have to wait and see. I would like to go hell for leather though when we reach the soft stint in 7 laps time. Bottas in the box now, and he wasn't that far ahead of us, to be fair. There's a Williams in the box as well. It's Alex Albon. Got plus 6.6 laps worth, plus 0.66 laps worth of extra fuel at the minute, so I really need to bring that down and sharpish. I might try and save all of my fuel in the remainder of this stint and then go as hard and as fast as I can on the soft tyres and try and reel in as many positions as we can do. It's going to be tough though, but do feel it's track and strategy decision specific, our performance here in Spain today. I would expect us to be more competitive in Austria. So Guan Yu in the pits now as well, so we're making another position. We're up to P15. They are positions we will have to make back later in the Grand Prix on the soft tyre. Fuel situation is a frustrating one as well, because not only was our pace not helped by not being in the DRS train, everyone else was able to save loads of fuel in the DRS train as well, which is not a luxury I had. So it is, I feel, quite specific. Quite situational, our performance here in Spain today. Got K-Mag right behind me. Piastri's right behind him. It feels like anything that could have probably gone wrong for us today there isn't driver error, like strategy, fuel, DRS trains, other drivers being reliable. It's just unfortunately led to the fact that we're probably going to finish last here, and maybe even a lap down as well. 0.43's worth of a lap to try and save. My only saving grace here is that Max Verstappen laps me and I can just sit behind him and catch someone else. It's not been the...
We had an issue removing the right rear
Oh, of course
wheel.
you did.
I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get
I think
back into
we
this race.
might have a bit of a shorter video
Pit
today.
strategy complete. See these
We
tyres
are
through to
last
the end
again.
now.
Here comes Max behind me. It's not going to catch. And I imagine me on softs is going to be at least a match for Max on slightly worn mediums. I presume he's gone to mediums anyway. Yeah, soft, medium for Max. The fact that they've been able to go soft, medium also rubs it in my face as well, because I probably could have gone soft, medium, and I've gone medium, soft. Oh my god, DRS. DRS on another car. I still need to save half of a lap's worth of fuel. And we are significantly faster than both Kick Sauber cars as well. So if I can dramatically save fuel behind Logan Sargent, we might still be able to catch, well, certainly Bottas. Zhou's probably too far down the road at the minute. But we're so much faster than everybody else right now. Even Max, the race leader, has been slower than me in this final stint. This again just goes to prove that we've had the pace here, it's just circumstantial.
Use overtake.
I'll be... Now's when it's probably going to be wet in Austria or something. Getting blue flags, want me to overtake Logan. I'm going to have to let that happen soon, otherwise I'm going to get a pen.
Let the car behind through. Oh, mate, great
There you go,
stuff.
just managed to do it that time.
That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race.
Now can I get away from Max just gunning it? If I can't, then I'll rewind and let him through, but I'd like to try and hold the position if I can. I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to let Max through. Go on, Mr. Verstappen. Here you go. Well, Max in front is on lap 65, so he's only got one more lap to go now. I've got 2 if I can overtake him. We've been sat in his DRS for a handful of laps, just saving time, saving fuel, and right now he's just managed to get out of DRS zone, or DRS range of me, so I haven't been able to stick with Max, so I will only be completing 65 laps of this Grand Prix despite all of our fuel saving efforts. So I might as well have just gunned it and not even bothered slowing down to let Max through and saving fuel behind Logan. I might as well have just nailed it, tried to get Zhou if I could, maybe even Kevin, and then just to see how far we could go, and then backed off to let Max through at the end of the race. Max Verstappen is on his final lap, and now I'm on mine as Josh subscribes for the 6th month. Thank you very much, mate. I'm going to go for the move on Valtteri Bottas into turn 1. We won't finish last here despite all of the trials and tribulations
Nice work, mate.
we've
That puts you
battled
off a place.
through this Grand Prix. It really has been one of those. Circuit de Crapalunia was what was mentioned in chat, and I have to say I think I agree, although I do enjoy the track. It was so many different different factors to ensure that we finished where we do today. We know we had the pace to finish significantly higher than we are right now. P17 is all we're going to be able to muster, unfortunately, in the Haas today. We'll leave it at 102 for Austria. I'm sure we'll be much more competitive at the Red Bull Ring, so I've no qualms whatsoever with the 102 difficulty level. And once the AI is patched, we'll be able to properly work it out from there as to whether we need to change the difficulty yet further. Annoyingly, Silverstone follows Austria, and Silverstone tends to be a track where the AI are really strong as well. So we'll wait and see what happens. But Max pulls to the inside to celebrate the win with his team. Max Verstappen wins the Spanish Grand Prix, just as he did for his very first Grand Prix. And we finish P16 in the end. 16? I thought I was 17th. I'll take 16th then. Carlos Sainz gets driver of the day. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately, we weren't quite able to do anything of any real note in that. It's going to be quite a short video, I imagine. So short, I would presume that some of you might think that I actually DNF'd. I didn't DNF. Daniel Ricciardo did. Daniel DNF'd at the end of the race. What did Daniel DNF for? Did he run out of fuel? Daniel Ricciardo didn't finish. I think Daniel Ricciardo ran out of fuel. When did he retire? I remember Ocon retiring because it caused the VSC. I don't remember retiring. I don't remember Daniel retiring. Oh well. P6. I could have sworn it was P17. That's across the line. Regardless, Daniel doesn't finish. We get P16, just 2 places behind our teammate. Valtteri and Logan Sargent were behind us in the end, and it is what it is. I'm going to go to the replays, get myself a thumbnail, and then I'll see you back in the menus. I've won my rivalry with Logan Sargent, which means I've reached level 72. My focus has gone up 1800 as a result. Sorry, Logie Sarge. You're not quite good enough. By quite the margin, unfortunately for you. Pace is nearly 75 now. Focus goes up quite considerably. And Le Bosch, we are 72 and a third. 49%. I just can't quite get to Kevin. I will get there eventually. We are going to get a new perk unlocked for our power unit consumption. Not quite for the strategy, presumably not quite for the material fabrication, and certainly not for the quality assurance, but that's not a problem. The car, I don't know, is going to get any faster for Austria. I don't think. There might be a couple of things in the works that, judging by our previous experience this season, will probably fail. We have, however, a secret meeting. Now, last time, we were speaking with Williams, judging by the R&D... Oh, we're above RB now. Judging by the performance chart, I don't really want to be speaking with Williams anymore. If it is still Williams that are there, probably going to say toodaloo. And it is still Williams. I think at the moment, Haas is probably the right call to stay with at present. I'm not planning on moving to Williams next season. So current team... they're more developed on the powertrain, more developed on the aero, more developed... Oh no, we're more developed on the powertrain, more developed on the aero, and more developed on the strategy. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Soz. Alex got 4th in Imola. Lol, I got 1st in China, to be fair, so shut your face, Ches. Decline talks. I'm sorry, Williams. I am not interested in joining you this season. Thank you very much.
Hey, me again.
Hey, me again.
With the team higher-ups, and they're delighted with the loyalty you're showing to the team and the project. Now's a good time to ask for a bonus, or a boat, or whatever it is you people get up to out of the car.
If I find it weird that the secret meetings probably stay secret if you if you decline them, but if you go to them and decline, then they're like, oh, thanks for not going. I'm like, well, you weren't supposed to know about it, mate. So, what's that about? I find that odd. And now our race parts, in part, are more worn than our practice parts. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that moving forward as well. 591 resource points is not going to be enough to get anything done here. I don't think... Well, I could do drag reduction, actually. Is that going to be done for Austria? No, not before Hungary, although only 10% chance of failure. 220 for the IC. We just don't need it at the minute. ERS as well is so easy to recover when you have energy braking set to 100, so I'm not going to concentrate on it at all. Try and upgrade the aero on this occasion. Unfortunately, it's a triple header, otherwise we might be able to improve the car before... Oh dear. Before Silverstone, if it was 2 weeks in between each race. Oscar Piastri is my new championship rival. I am going to lose that rivalry. And fail?
Okay, mate, I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but I'm afraid
I would
to say
be
that some of them are
surprised
quality
if more than
control.
one
We're gonna
at
need to tell the
most
team what to
parts have
redevelop
actually
by the
passed
R&D
the
stream.
first time round. Piastri's not had a great season, to be fair to him. 14th, 12th and 7th in the last 3 races before the P8 here in Spain, so he's really not picked up many points at all in the last 4 Grand Prix on the back of back-to-back podiums after P9, P9, P12, P9. Piastri's having a really poor season. Lando is showing him up at the minute with every single race being in the points. That said, Oscar does have more podiums than Lando at present. Max has won 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the opening 10 Grand Prix. Good. Has finished second in another 2 of them. So Max is currently 80 points clear at the top of the championship. Behind him, though, as is normally the case in real life as well, quite the battle. 126, 126, 123, and then 106 for Carlos Sainz. So that's going very, very intriguingly, but at the minute, the title is very much gone, isn't it? Let's go and see what the weather is going to be like in Austria. Please. Please be dry. Mixed conditions for the race. Mixed conditions for the race. Oh, it's a sprint weekend. It's a sprint weekend. Alex, thank you for the raid of 211, my man. Appreciate that very much indeed. It says sprint race fully dry, but then in the weather there, well, to be fair, it's overcast, isn't it? Look at that. I'm in the way. Let me show you this. This is going to be the weirdest. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
I don't know why I'm getting multiple alerts come through. Let me move the SRC and me. This is going to be the weirdest ever. There is one segment of rain. One segment of rain. It's overcast, then it's dry, then it's going to shit it down, and then it's dry again. So how's that going to work? It's going to be an absolute mystery for the Grand Prix in Austria next time around. That's going to be absurd. Is this Michigan? Can confirm it's not, but we've overtaken RB in the research development program to get ourselves up the performance index. Lovely. Much closer to Aston Martin, actually. Significantly closer. Maybe we'll challenge for points in Austria? Dare I say? Dare I say? That's all for this YouTube video, though. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, over on the ChesnoidPlays YouTube channel. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Do join me over on stream for the full behind the scenes and everything, every single lap. Link in the description to the Twitch channel and to the YouTube Chesnoid Live channel where we multi-stream. But for now, that's all from me for today. I will see you in the next one.